Well, we got a call from a gentleman called Don Williams telling us about a possible opera in the Outback in a place called Baltana, population 5 or 7 with 3 houses. And we actually thought he was out of his mind because it was such a ridiculous request to have me go into the Outback to Flinders Ranges with orchestra and sing for who, you know. So, but it was for the Flying Doctor Service, which they would benefit from this. It also was for the Australian Bicentennial, which I was very eager to do something for. And then it started to sort of take some sort of shape. You know, he seemed to be rather serious about it, and his story never changed over the months of negotiations and things, you know, and chats and is this man for real? Until finally we had to take him seriously. I try not to think too much about problems. I'm sure there are going to be quite a lot out there. Of course, the Outback's always got a lot of flies, and there's snakes, of course, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of dust. But if you try not to think about them too much, I've always believed that they don't really happen. We flew over the opera site in this sort of uneven V-type shape of the hills, and I thought, gosh, it's not a natural sort of auditorium. This is man-made in a glorious natural setting. I must say that it was a very thrilling thing. And then, of course, coming into the man-made opera site was something that finally got to me, I feel, because I suddenly realized the amount of work and effort that had gone into this incredible endeavor, this fantasy story that we heard of, and all the talk and all the telephone calls and all the paperwork and all the preparation and the trains.
Let's go down here a bit further and have a look and see.
Gosh, it's quite a long way up, isn't it? Yeah. It's very high. Yep. As we walked along, I was accompanied by Bob Lott, who I'd met for the very first time. And he said, well, Kiri, here it is. And without finding out if it was okay, he immediately launched into, but we've got these problems, or is this all right, the lights, you know, I hope everything's going to be ready, too much dust on the seats. And he was still worrying, even till the very end.
I've sung in all sorts of outdoor natural amphitheatres like Verona and Ravinia and Tanglewood and Santa Fe and down in Aix-en-Provence and stuff. I've done all those things, but nothing quite as primitive, I suppose. And it's wonderful to see the real clash of the nature and what civilization has brought to music, I suppose.
We went quieter and quieter as the time grew closer to when we had to go on. It's totally calm where we are. Everything is happening on the other side of the curtain, so to speak. So when you go out there, there's this incredible rush.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dame Kiri Te Kanawa.
To go from that sublime, quiet, peaceful tranquility of the mood that has to be created before you go into your extrovertism. People don't quite understand. You know, I'm quite a private person when I like to be private, but then I'm an extrovert on stage, and people don't quite understand how the two can marry up. It was wonderful to be part of such a unique experience that no one else could do. No one else could put it together like they could put it together in such an incredible way. And all that work that went on, and everyone helping so much and almost sweating blood to get it right, and almost committing murder, that if that person didn't get that right, then the whole jigsaw puzzle would just fall to pieces.
What we should do is one more cheer for Australia, because this is being broadcast and they're all listening. So one last big cheer for this whole event. Go! Bell-timers never heard anything like that in their lives.
I thought, I wonder if anybody knows that we're here. And I felt like ringing a little bell and saying, hello, the rest of the world, we're out here. And I thought, gosh, I'm sure those people out there would like to go do an incredible explosion of woof, to say, we're out here in the middle of the desert, listening to a singer, and I'm singing for them. It was like a specialised performance for them. I mean, I know it was a specialised performance, but it was just like a sort of a secret performance almost, but there was 9,000 or more people there. And so I wanted them to say, let's cheer for Australia.
She made us all feel that she was enjoying the whole thing every bit as much as we were.
It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Tears and everything all bubbled over when she started singing. It was absolutely magnificent, wasn't it?
She's one of the greatest artists I've ever seen perform on stage.